What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I wanted to jump on here real quick and go over some things about the new Ultra Skelly. I didn't do an unboxing or anything because there was already plenty of people that had done that. But I've had this guy for about a week now, and I have some thoughts on him, and just I wanted to go over some misconceptions about him. So jumping right in, a lot of people have been saying that you need to be connected to Bluetooth at all time to use your own custom phrases. That is actually not the case, and I was pleasantly surprised with that. He actually has his own onboard storage, which is awesome. So if you just record your phrases in the app and get them all queued up, once you turn him to censor, an example one, here we go.
Halloween. Want to hear a spooky story?
Just a fun little phrase there. But yeah, so as you can see, he was not connected to Bluetooth at all, and he plays those. It's really cool because he could store a ton of phrases. I think it was 30, so that's awesome. They are 30-second phrases. Now, another thing I have seen a lot of people complain about is that his volume is not super loud, and I actually disagree with that because he gets kind of ear-piercing volume. I think the reason people have been saying this is because they don't have their volume adjusted right. So he has an onboard volume knob, and you turn that all the way up. But if you don't turn your phone's volume all the way up, his volume will be very, very quiet. So you kind of have to do both in order to make sure he is loud enough, because his app has a volume control and he has an onboard volume control. So once you do that, he is very loud. In addition to that, people have been complaining about his arm being super loud, which I do agree it is quite loud, but once you get the volume turned up, you could barely hear it, and it's awesome. I wish it was a little bit more quieter, but it still works great, and you can't really hear it at all. For a first-gen product, I think he is really cool. Now, people have also been complaining about the audio quality, and while I agree with most of those claims that his audio quality is not great, I think his audio quality is just fine. I would have loved to see an aux port. It is unfortunate he doesn't have one, but I'm assuming we'll see that probably on next year's model, hopefully, fingers crossed. But for now, his audio is fine, and the app actually does have support for external microphones. I actually experimented with it a little bit more. I hope they update the app to be a little bit less delayed with that, because there is a slight delay when you start recording on an external microphone, but it does support it, which is cool. But I've gotten really great results with that, and I can understand everything he says. He's plenty loud enough. I don't know where all the claims have been with people saying how trash his audio is. It's not the greatest, but it's also not the worst in my opinion. There is room for improvement. If I'm comparing him to a prop from last year, his speaker is a little bit kind of like my Captain Cuts, which that doesn't have great audio. It's just very compressed. I don't know what that is about, but if you put him in the right scenario, then and like do a high quality recording, then you'll be fine. Another thing I've noticed on him is that the way his mouth moves is actually he picks up on peaks in sound frequency. So that's why if you're gonna use his like Bluetooth mode where you could play like YouTube or anything like that, your phone volume has to be turned up completely, and you don't necessarily have to turn his onboard volume up completely, but the phone volume has to be turned up completely because that's how he recognizes where to move his mouth. But yeah, I think this guy is incredible. I think there, like I said, is room for improvement. Those are just a few things I've noticed. Hopefully, it'll be improved in the future. I have also noticed people saying that the live mode has issues in the software where his speaker stops working. I haven't had that issue quite yet, so I can't speak to that. But I hear you could just use a separate device and repair it and it'll work just fine. But for a first generation product, I think he is pretty cool. I'm super happy to have him. He will be one that I keep up all year, probably in my room. So he's going to be great for Halloween and great for all the other holidays. So I hope you enjoyed this quick video on Ultra Skelly.